Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, it's the 512th and final game of the regular season, and we've got a good one between the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
That's complete to Slayton.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third down, Jones. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Deep for the Chargers, Desmond King. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 40-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. He'll keep it himself. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
At the 36-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Herbert now on second down. Position on him, and he pulls it in. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
4-yard line.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. And he fires one. It's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. I it's just his second year in the league as quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Number 26.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Catch made by Slayton. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jones. His throw incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now Jones, throwing on 3rd and long. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run with Barkley. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now it's Barkley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derwin James with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Looking deep for Gaber. It's intercepted. Picked up by Logan Ryan.
Well, that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He's back to throw here to start the drive. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on second down. Jones, open receiver. That's Caden Smith, the tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Here's Jones to throw on second down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up near the 44. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. Throw into the arms of Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
2-yard line.
Quick throw here caught by Gabriel. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And a yard at the 13-yard line.
Here's second and a yard. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Taylor Gabriel, his 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are on the board first here tonight.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher. And we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank. It doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And finally finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 34. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and goal at the Chargers' 8-yard line.
Another try for Barkley. And work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Tackle made at the
This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry. Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he could make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his key.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
touchdown.
Saquon Barkley with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
At 7.
Extra point try good by Gano, and we are tied at 7.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
6-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches. There's just within the palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been in an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
12 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he comes.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now left side on the swing pass. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Shotgun snap for Herbert. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Set to kick off.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try to create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his left. Complete to Kelly. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding a safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers know that when the quarterback exits the pocket, they have defined routes to run now to get into his sight lines and try and help him out.
Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention for this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He's going to look downfield for Barkley. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Hit is He throws there, incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Here's King. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
But I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
A gain of
33 yards that time.
1st down, New York.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL,
all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game.
The kick is
and
good.
His kick is good.
Makes the score Chargers 21, Giants 14.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
No gain on.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. Open man, Taylor Gabriel.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be out right at the 35. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second down, here's Herbert. Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Comes down on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now this throw caught left side. 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. Golden Tate, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
For the extra point.
And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make. And
it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The 34-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Once more, here's Eckler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Taylor a handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A first throw here for the backup Taylor. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. From midfield now, here's Taylor. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Looking deep for Gabriel. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A fake to Eckler. Now here's Taylor. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here is Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 20-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on 1st down. Taylor's got it out on the left side. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. 5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down.
At the 15-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Kelly to try to punch it in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And they'll try again down here with Kelly. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. Here's Taylor. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers can now take the lead with the extra point. And that is going to put them up by 1, and it sets us up for quite a finish here.
Chargers 28, Giants 27. Michael Badgley to kick off for the
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
It really has, especially as of late. Now the second down throw on target. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Back to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And he's not able to come through. This is no good. And that is how this game comes to a close. For the LA Chargers, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime,
wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They say fall and you let go, but I know I got an antidote to retain some kind of self-control. Look inside my head through a telescope. You erase all the calls from a telephone. No sense of smile, maybe tell a joke. Holding back your tears, singing minimal syllables. Yeah, look at me, out of the asylum. Was a fate or mistake, cause the time ain't up. Yet the parts of my mind don't get much love. If you want in my head, come and call me up. You look like a boogie you take from the rich and the poor and us. Wearing diamond shoes where you walk your pugs in a town you create where there ain't no love.